What's going on, y'all? It's been a very, very, very busy day. I've been getting to it. I told y'all maybe since I came back from South Africa, I already knew stuff was gonna be like this. But even though it's been a real busy day, I still made time to check in with y'all. Y'all know I gotta see what's up with my family. What's up with y'all? What up, though? What's good with y'all? How y'all day been? Y'all been staying focused? We always got to make sure we got time for accountability and making sure we stand on top of our game. I'm just checking in and checking out. This gonna be a quick live because, like I say, I didn't even think I was gonna be able to jump on here today, but it's gonna be real quick just to see what everybody up to. I actually been out in the elements today, but it ain't been too bad because I've been like in and out, like right when I start feeling a little cold, I'm in the heat. So it's like half and half. So um, I haven't froze all day. And actually it just came to an end. Y'all know I got a cleaning company. So I done linked up with a guy who got a construction company. So me and him kind of doing business with each other. So we getting the stuff done. So that's all that matter. Grind never stop, y'all. I keep telling y'all that grind never ever stop. And I'm hungry right now. I'm talking about starving. I still jumped on this live because usually I eat before I get on here, but I jumped on this live because I just want, like, once I get my food, I just knew the type of day it's been today. And it ain't been crazy like that. It just been real, real busy. And it went by real fast. I just know once I actually grab my food, I don't want to jump on live. I just kind of want the day to kind of end, like, pretty much now. And then I get my food versus usually I have my food and then I jump on live and it end after live. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah. But yeah, that's how I want to do it. So I wanted to jump on here and end it and then grab my food instead of grabbing my food first and then being on live. So I done switched it up. Raphael, what up, though? Yeah, it's cold, but it ain't windy. That's what be making it real cold, like that. The wind chill factor when that be up. Um, like I say, it's actually been a straight day. I can tell the temperatures drop, but that wind make a huge difference. A huge difference. It was a couple of people around me complaining, but these people ain't built for it. Plus, they out of shape and all this other type stuff. So that make a huge difference. That's what I be telling people. That make a huge difference. Cold is cold, but you got people breathing heavy because they going up and down stairs and lifting stuff and bending. I'm like, I'm probably the same age as them or older in way better shape. Raphael, what's up with you? You all right? Everything been good? You been you been staying on top of your nutrition, Raphael? I keep telling people, like, before we know it, the weather gonna been a broke. Like, yeah, it's gonna be the broke. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be breaking soon. You know what I'm saying? But before we know it, we gonna be seeing it in past tense, like the weather broke. You know what I'm saying? But right now, the weather gonna be breaking before we know it. It's gonna be breaking before we know it. And I'm just focused, y'all. I'm telling y'all, I mean, don't nothing break my focus when I'm on top of whatever I'm focusing on. Nothing. The weather, nothing. If anything, it motivate me more because I know once this stuff is over with, everybody want to be out there enjoying the sunshine. Broke as hell though. Talking about ain't no jobs out here, ain't no money. It's snow out here, so there's plenty of money out here right now. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of money out here right now with the snow. If a person really want to come up on a few dollars. Everything been good. Stand on top of my nutrition. Spring is around the corner. And it's right around the corner too, Raphael. I'm talking about right around the corner. Before you know it, all this snow gonna be melted. Usually once I get through January and February, I don't really care what happened in March because I know it's getting close to the weather being better. So I don't care. I know we still be having snow in March, sometime even in April, but it ain't gonna be the type of snow that we get in January and February. So, and if we was to get something similar, it's probably, doing its last of its last. We probably got that one, maybe two more major snowfalls. But in January and February, we got a million snowfalls coming because the winter is just really getting going. So, so pretty much, what's this week? So a few more weeks, it's over with for me. I mean, mentally getting through the winter. Because it'll be March 1st, I think, next week or whatever. I think, yeah, next week. So I'll be mentally out of the winter season come the end of next week. So I don't care what happened after that. But yeah, I've been staying on top of my stuff too, Raphael. I'm about to go grab my nutrition right after this live. I said I'm gonna jump on here for about 15 minutes just to see who get on here, just to add some energy, put some energy in the air. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it's all about, energy, exchanging energy. You just got done from grinding, I just got done from grinding. You about to grind, I just finished grinding. You know what I'm saying? You just accomplished this, I'm about to accomplish this. Or I can't wait to accomplish my goal. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? Spreading that energy, spreading that love so we can keep it moving and accomplish our goals. Because that's, I'm telling you, a lot of people really be wondering and they settle in on the fact that life is not lifing for them, but it's lifing for the next person. No, your life is not lifing for you because the type of stuff that you doing or not willing to do. And it's lifing for me because I'm taking more risks. I'm willing to put in more work hours. I'm willing to put in more days back to back, breaking my back, busting my ass, because I already know the next week or two is gonna be the complete opposite. I can kind of lay back, or it ain't gonna be as intense. I'm busting my ass because I got goals. I got money that I want to put up, a certain amount. I'm busting my ass because I can't wait to see my daughter graduate and show her the right way of doing stuff as she, grow into her maturity type, you know what I'm saying? Because my daughter 18, she graduate this year. So I'm feeding her more and more game as she get more and more mature. I'm feeding her more of it. She 18, so stuff she understanding now that I was spitting at her, she wasn't even able to comprehend when she was 15, 16. So I ain't want to force too much on her, just a little bit at a time. As she get to asking more questions, to me it's like, okay, she ready for it. If she asks some questions, let me give her some game. So I got all this stuff going on, and I do a lot of studying, self-work, self-help, working on myself, a lot of reading, a lot of YouTube university type videos I look up. I put a lot of work in, y'all. I put a lot of work in. A lot of work. And I just feel if a person can lock and load their healthy lifestyle, that they can accomplish anything. A business, if they trying to come out with a clothing line or whatever it is. I mean, landscaping, whatever a person trying to do, if they can lock and load, because health is like the hardest thing for a person to lock and load on. I mean, I was just surrounded with people. I mean, the eating habits is like the normal person's eating habits. All throughout the day, they was eating apple pie. The lady had cherry pie. The dude had 2 packs of those grandma cookies. He just had those with M&Ms the whole day. The whole day. My man had an A&W root beer. All these people is, of course, y'all already know, not in shape. I'm talking about 30, 40, 80 pounds overweight, fat. Spiking the shit out of their insulin level. Diabetes / pre-diabetic, you name it, they probably got it. Gout, people limping. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking at all this, and here it is. I'm moving. I'm just doing what I'm doing. Like it's no big deal. Like I'm 25 years old or something. You know what I'm saying? And these people don't even know what I do out here as far as the fitness and all that. They don't know that. They saw that. They know the cleaning because they, I'm in a company van. So they saw that because I'm in my company van. So, but as far as the other stuff, if we'd have heard the conversation, it probably would have naturally came up. But man, these people like, and they rooting each other on with it. That's why I say that mental health is serious shit. Like they rooting each other on. Like, oh yeah, I used to, yeah, them cherry pie. Oh, you like that too? Yeah, I like the apple one. Like they and the lady shaking her head like, yeah, this my shit. This what I do. I'm like, and the guy he rooting her on like, yeah, I like the apple one though. I'm like, yeah, I like a lot of stuff too, but y'all eating this all day. I'm looking at y'all chips. All I'm hearing is chip bags open and candies, and I'm like, man, all day. And what y'all think they gonna do tomorrow? The same thing. They did it today, they gonna do it tomorrow. They was doing it yesterday. This stuff don't stop or change. Only time people like that slow down if the doctor get them some type of health scare, like you need to slow down your cholesterol, you need to slow down your pre-diabetics, your numbers went up, you now you diabetic, now we got to have you on this, these pills and this and that and the insulin, and you got to control your insulin with this, stay away from it. That's the only time they do it, but they still go crazy with it. They don't really lock and load, take their health serious. They just slow up and say some shit like, the doctor told me I need to watch my, or they'll say something to us like, yeah, I'm trying to watch, I'm trying to stay away from the bread. Oh, you only saying that because you got this health scare. And that's cool if you take the health scare serious, but most of the time they don't. They just slow down a little bit, or maybe even halfway. But if a doctor give me a health scare, I'm about to tighten up about 80%. I'm about to tune it all the way up. Hey, Weezy, do you think people with zero sugar is healthy or not? If not, is it because of the acid or what's that? Aspartame it contains? Hey, do you think pop with? Oh, no. Hey, Raphael, this is the thing about it, man. Don't forget, these companies all about money, so they know what we look for. You know what I'm saying? I was just studying some stuff on this. I've been studying this stuff for decades, y'all. But I was studying some stuff. They know what we look for. Like people that's healthy, all they do, they had certain ingredients into the label, like stuff that we don't recognize. So wherever you see like zero sugar, you best believe, and if it's sweet, you best believe they making it up in another area. It might be in calories, it might be in carbs, they making it up in another area that's more fattening. Like I know for a fact, like it's this chemical called metrodetrin. Metrodetrin. METRODEXTRIN. I think that's how you spell it. That stuff spike your insulin level, I think 3 times as much as sugar. 3 times more than sugar. But the average person don't know, if they looking at the ingredients list, detrin or metrodetrin, I think that's how you pronounce it, and they see zero sugar, they ain't gonna think nothing of it. But it's more fattening than sugar. And I was watching this stuff on this one of the doctors that I check out on YouTube, and he was saying a lot of people ain't familiar with it, but they actually add that into a lot of the food stuff. You know what I'm saying? Some of the food stuff that just only supposed to be whole foods, they actually add some of this stuff in there. And even if you look at it on the ingredient list, you still gonna think the whole food is pretty much solid, because you ain't gonna know what that word mean. You know what I'm saying? But they adding in healthy stuff that they usually wouldn't add the healthy stuff in. They know we gonna look at calories first. They know we gonna look at sugar first. They know we gonna look at carbs and stuff like that. But if they use these big words, we ain't gonna know what hit them. You know what I'm saying? Well, we ain't gonna know what hit us, I say. Metrodetrin, look it up. I think it's METRODREXTIN, if I'm not mistaken. It's more fattening. It's 2 to 3 times more fattening than sugar. It's 2 to 3 times more fattening than sugar, and it's more fattening than seed oils. Blew my mind. Blew my mind. Somebody was just trying to get me to do some supplements, and I'm like, well, I don't do the supplements, but if you got some organic stuff that's way different than what's out here, and they swore up and down. Only thing they kept saying, we #1 in the world, we #1 in the world, we #1 in the world. I wasn't really locked and loaded on that because I already knew the person didn't really know what they needed to know. Well, one of their biggest things was protein shake. What did I see on the ingredients thing? Metrodetrin, if that's how you pronounce it. And I told the person, I say, no, I'm good. I went through the what they call it, the Zoom call and everything, what they hire up and everything. And then, you know, I went through the whole Zoom call, which was about 15 minutes. Somebody else was asking questions. I ain't want to ruin their moment. And then a person texts me after we got off the Zoom call. They say, so what's up, bro? You interested? I say, no, I pass because certain stuff that's in the ingredient list, I don't like. It's harmful. And a person said, can you elaborate on that more? Can you tell me what's what? I say, I'll tell you one of the things, Metrodetrin. I say that stuff will spike your blood sugar levels quicker and more than table sugar, And they probably done a research. Maybe they didn't because they getting paid off the product. Each person they bring in, they get paid and stuff like that. I'm like, you know, none of these people really know. So each time you do that, an average person do a protein shake, do 1 to 2 protein shakes a day. I'm like, damn, that's a lot of spiking. Yeah. They just, it's because you notice it's never the things that say 0 sugar. You notice it's a hell of a list of ingredients still. It's never like 2 or 3 ingredients and then it say 0 sugar. No, pay attention to those words that you're not familiar with. Pay attention to those words. A lot of the words is going to be kind of big words also. You're not going to really recognize some words. That's where your system is getting hit at with those fillers. They fillers. If it ain't a vitamin E or avocado or anything that we recognize, what other ingredients? Sea salt, vitamin B. You know, we recognize all these type things along with a million other natural ingredients. But it's a million ingredients that be on these lists that we don't recognize. Like, for instance, even if you recognize some of them, it's a million of these on this one particular list. If you remember looking at a tortilla, you know, just for the burrito wrap, the tortillas or whatever, right? Man, I don't know if you ever looked at it, Raphael, but look at the ingredients list. Man, it's like 30 ingredients on that thing. You think you recognize all of those? It's nothing needs to have that many ingredients. That's what you call a hell of a process, ultra process. That stuff is bad for you. It's going to spike you so out cold. Even if you go to the gluten-free ones, more than likely, you're just going to get less of a spike, but you still got those fillers. That stuff, that's why I say the best thing you can do, anybody, not saying you, I'm talking about us in general. The best thing anybody can do is stick to whole foods because they straight up tricking us when they don't they know what we're going to look for. The average person, oh, this got 0 sugar. Even if I grab some 0 sugar stuff, I know I'm still taking a risk. It's just that overall I'm balanced because my nutrition consists of 80% whole foods. 80% whole foods. So whatever I'm taking a risk over, whatever I'm taking a risk on is still way better than the next person's nutrition, what they eat on a daily. So if my nutrition 80 and this gonna bring it down to 70 because I know it's fillers into the 0 sugar product, well, now I'm still at 30% bad, 70% good. The next person is 30% good, 70% bad. So they take something like that. Now they just got dropped down to 20% good and 80% bad. No. That's why they say pick your poison. So I pick my poison. I know when to do it and know when not to do it. So only thing I'm going to tell you, if you're going to do a 0 sugar, I would do that early so you can move that sugar out your bloodstream so you can walk it off at work. I wouldn't want to sit on nothing that's not a whole food. I wouldn't want to sit on anything that I got to even think about. Like, we ain't got to think about the whole food. We ain't got to think about if you're doing a potato, a rice, a sweet potato, a broccoli if you want to do it, mixed vegetables, a chicken, rotisserie chicken, or baked chicken. We ain't got to think about that. You ain't got to think about if you're doing salmon. You ain't got to think about it because you already know you're getting a natural source. Even though they got these fruits and vegetables that's supposed to be GMO and all this type of stuff, I'm just saying, like, you'll still be better off taking a chance with that, just knowing mentally you going into this, knowing that it's a vegetable. Now, whatever they added to it, you know, spraying the crops and all that type stuff, and it's fake laboratory. I'm just saying, I would rather go into that knowing I have a vegetable in front of me, whether it's GMO or not, just knowing, okay, I know this a vegetable versus me going into a zero sugar thing and with all these other things. Come on, we already know if it's a 0 calorie pop, it's pop. So you already know off rip, just the fact of saying pop, we already know what come with that. It's a lot of stuff that's in that that's gonna keep you addicted for one, and it's gonna they pretty much know how to go around these calories, these sugars. They know that's what we gonna look for. So if you do it and you got to think about it, or just say ask this type of question, I will always say do that type stuff early so you can get it out your system. You can get that sugar out your system by moving your body, being active. That way when you get home, you want to eat your cleanest meal because that's the meal you're going to sit on. So that's the best way to do it. Anything that you got to even think about, whether it's a piece of dessert, whether it's 0 sugar, a certain amount of sugar or whatever, if it's 0 sugar or added sugar, I will always say eat that stuff early. You want to at least have enough time to burn it off. That's what I say. It's times when I done 0 sugar yogurts, but I've ate it like right before the lab, like about 4 o'clock. That way, if I ain't going to sleep until 8 or 9 o'clock, I got 4 or 5 hours to get that 0 sugar. Because don't forget, they still put some fillers in there that's gonna act worse than a 0 sugar. Or if I want a yogurt instead of my regular plain Greek yogurt, and I just want to treat myself because I want to taste some fruity type yogurt with some flavor to it, that 2 grams of added sugar that's in there, I already know, okay, I got to make sure I eat this early as I can, which is usually like 3, 4, somewhere definitely before 5 o'clock, because I want to have my body active to move that, walk up some stairs, you know, move up and down around my house or whatever, and get that up out my bloodstream. Yep. That's why I always say the bad stuff need to be done early, and the good stuff need to be done early and throughout the day. But I'm just saying the bad stuff, it's a time when you need to do that. And the best time to do the bad is when your body is at its most active. So if I was you, Raphael, if I'm gonna do that 0 pop, and it's one of the things, because you can't pull back from everything all at once. It's gonna feel like you suffering. And we ain't trying to be suffering like we on a fucking rabbit type diet or some shit like that. We on a lifestyle. So if that's one of your things and you trying to pull back from it, you can drink half. Like if you usually do one of those, just say you usually do one a day. Drink half this day and drink half the next day until you can weed yourself off, if that's something you drink every day. And if you drink it 2-3 times out the week, do the same thing. Instead of you drinking 2 to 3 full pops throughout the day, the little smaller ones, the little 1 serving, instead of you doing 2 or 3 of those every other day throughout the week, break it down to drink half of it this day, half of it the next day. Or instead of doing 2 and 3, do 1 to 2 until you eventually pull it back to where I say you able to do maybe 1 of them once a week. Because you're going to have to find something to replace that habit with. And it's got to be something just as good or better. That'd be the thing, like when we pulling back, you got to make sure you find a good replacement. I'm talking about to where it feel like you cheating because the nutrition or that beverage is that good. Figure out a way to replace that. Even if it's something that's half. Because like I say, it ain't got to be perfect. Go half of that. Okay, this got half the calories. This got way better nutrition. I done researched this. I done this. I done that. This is okay. I'm gonna go with this. Yep. I quit zero sugar pop. I drink the prebiotic drink called Poppy. Yeah, like long as you do your homework and you know what's what. But like I say, if it's something that's not dealing with the whole foods, the fruits and the vegetable mix and all that, and it got some stuff on it that you don't recognize, I'm talking about if it got some ingredients on there that you don't even recognize what it mean, make sure you only do it here and there, because more than likely, don't forget, they all about the money. They trying to push it. They trying to push it. But if it's whole foods, whole food drink, whole food, whatever, you already know the ingredients are solid. You know, we know what grapes are. We know what watermelon. We know what avocado. We know what flaxseed. We know what, you know what I'm saying? We know what all this type stuff. You know what I'm saying? We know what apples are. We know what papaya. So we look at that list. Oh yeah, I know all these 8 ingredients. I'm on this. I got to make sure I keep this around. And this tastes good. Yeah, you got to keep that type stuff around. But of course, the expensive stuff costs. And that's how you know if you getting some good stuff too, some authentic stuff too. Because the good stuff is definitely going to be taxing. Because the ingredients cost more. Whole foods cost more than processed and ultra processed. Like how we was talking about the Gordon's fish. And I thought about you for a second because when I was at the market the other day, I was walking past. I say, I hope Raphael get this, because I remember how that stuff tastes. That stuff was some of the best tasting. It just ain't good for us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, weed yourself back and add in replacements. And then if you have a taste for it, once you get everything under control as far as you pulling back and really getting your system in place, then the only thing about it, just say if you had a taste for the Gordon fish, you can treat yourself, but the only thing about it is you got to get the box to treat yourself. And having it to where you got more portions, sometimes that ain't good, because now you might just like, you know what? It's been a minute since I had this. I'm about to make up for lost time. Instead of you getting enough to satisfy your taste, you might actually do the whole box in. That's the only thing about it. That's why it's best if you treating yourself to something like that, you buying it from somewhere and they already fixing it. That way you can control the portion amount, and it's just that one serving. You got a taste for some fried fish? Cool. It's a place of fried fish right here. We taking a chance with the batter and all that, just like we would ourselves. You know what I'm saying? But you just know this a treat, and this ain't something I'm gonna be doing all the time. So pull up at the fish place, put some hot sauce on it, do what you do, but just know this ain't something we gonna be doing all the time, because it got the bread and all that type gluten and stuff that's gonna spike your insulin level. You know what I'm saying? So stuff like that. You got a taste for a corned beef sandwich? Go ahead. Do you. But make sure you add that in to your lifestyle of eating. All right. I used to grab a burger. I used to grab a corned beef sandwich once every blah, 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 blah. You can do it. You can grab some cookies if you want. Some ice cream. You know what I'm saying? You just got to make sure it's fitting in to the lifestyle of your eating. You know what I'm saying? Your healthy eating lifestyle. It should be fitting into that. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to be doing your regular stuff throughout the day, and you going and hitting that. That's like 800 extra calories, 1,200 extra calories. Like, no, you gotta leave something out of the equation, but still get as much protein with minimum calories as you can, because you about to add these calories in, and more than likely they not gonna have the type of protein that your normal stuff have. So you just got to make room. And if you're going outside of that, it's kind of hard for a person to keep cutting or burning those calories off when you study adding in added calories, and you ain't even burnt the added calories off from 2-3 days ago when you was overeating 2 or 3 times. You know what I'm saying? On those 2 to 3 days. Next thing you know, you 2,000 calories up. Like, man, how you gonna burn this off? You know what I'm saying? The average person is only gonna burn 200, maybe 400 if you're going crazy, calories in an hour. In an hour. Like if you walk, I was on a treadmill doing a nice little run, a sprint, right? 1 hour, and I done this at the end of the workout, but still, 1 hour on that damn treadmill, it had 200 calories. Because that was my goal. I'm looking at it, I'm like, damn, people really got to be, and you know, other people would mention this is in the health field. Like, one person did, they was like, y'all people really ain't burning the type of calories that y'all think y'all burning. They not. You easily can put in, anybody right now can easily eat 700, 1,200, 1,500 calories, almost 2,000 calories, depending on if you have McDonald's, extra fries, this, all this extra sauce, another burger, easily. It's going to take you hell to burn those 2,000 calories, though, especially if you on your fitness journey. You went way too far. And then you're going to want a piece of cake the next day. Like, that's a lot of overeating. It'll take you 2 weeks to make that up. But yeah, like I say, y'all, I just wanted to come on here and do what I do. I actually wound up staying on here for 30 minutes. It went by quick, which is cool. I just want y'all to be locked and loaded and tap in and do what y'all got to do, because look in that mirror, take your shirt off or however way you got to do, or you know how you look when you get out the shower. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like what you see, do something about it. Lock and load on your nutrition. You know what I'm saying? Everybody look good with clothes on, but when them clothes come off, people don't like what they see. You need to love what you see or get close to it. And all that's going to be is just you put in the work. It's your boy, D Weezy. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe. All right, Raphael, I appreciate you, man. Lock and load.